Did Dallas City Hall use bully tactics against one business to protect a powerful political ally? The results of an investigation say not exactly. The fight is over Uber. That's a service that allows you to hire a car using an app. Uber calls itself a technology company, not a cab service, and complained when Dallas police started cracking down on drivers because they didn't have licensing like cabs. Fox 4's Melissa Cutler is at Dallas City Hall to explain what that not exactly means and what was reported today. Melissa.
Well, you know, Steve, this debate has been going on for quite some time, whether city council members and city staffers were in cahoots to change the rules of the road, so to speak, to benefit one transportation company over another that's had long-standing relationships with some of the insiders here at City Hall. Well, today there was an 89-page report that was released that laid the blame on the city manager's office and the city attorney's office, largely, while the mayor called them both naive and guilty of making bad decisions, but not of doing anything illegal or unethical. Dallas Mayor Mike Rawlings chalked up the city's heavy-handed response to a startup car rental service known as Uber to a lack of knowledge and understanding of this changing technological marketplace, and that it was all, quote, an overreach for the interim city manager, that is A.C. Gonzalez, to put an ordinance on the agenda that had no public discussion, an ordinance that clearly benefited one business, that is Yellow Cab, over another. But when Rawlings said that this was all in the interest of public safety first and foremost, one city councilman took issue.
It was clear in this report that city staff and city attorneys were acting under the assumption that Uber was acting illegally. And when people act illegally, there are bad things and repercussions that come from that. Safety, obviously, is one of them.
The investigator answered me very clearly when I asked him if that rationale had ever been given to him as a reason for any of these actions, and he said unequivocally no.
Now, Rawlings also said that the city attorney's office's cozy relationship with Yellow Cab's attorneys a bad move when this ordinance was drafted because it creates a bad perception. Now, all Rawlings talked about today was the city personnel part of this. This ordinance itself will go back to the Transportation Committee, and we should have more discussion, at least within the next 30 days, as regard to the specific of this ordinance. It's worth noting, Steve, by the way, that the lawyers for the company, for Uber, said the city of Dallas had dropped its case against those drivers. So that's a move to show where this the status of this ordinance may be heading.
Okay,
back to you.
Okay, let me ask you a question. This crackdown was initiated by Dallas Vice officers. You know, just hearing that, I don't think that's usually what Vice officers work on generally. Did Mayor Rawlings talk about that, using Vice officers for this big crackdown, and what precipitated that, maybe?
You know, he did, and that was a move that, frankly, raised some eyebrows around the city. But the mayor said that, quote, it wasn't out of the norm for the city to use such Vice officers. He did qualify that statement, however, by saying Dallas Police Chief David Brown wasn't in favor of it, but he didn't say that it was really out of the, complete norm for something like that to take place. So that issue was addressed as well.
Okay. All right. Melissa at City Hall, thank you.